And now is the fun part. Welcome back to our InnoVEX Pitch Contest Semifinal. I'm your host, Phoenix. 谢谢大家回来参加我们的 InnoVEX Pitch Contest 复赛第二天。第一天的赛程简直是龙争虎斗、狮王争霸、华山论剑、天地为之动摇。Anyway, I'm very excited to be here again, and obviously I'm lack of English vocabulary to describe my feelings. I hope all the audience here and the audience from Twitch will feel the same. Today we'll focus well-being hardware, IoT, software solution companies. They will have 6 minutes to demo their work and compete for final A spot for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're having a grand final to our competition. Let's welcome our judges from all over the world. 今天是我们的复赛第二天，我们会有总共有25支队伍，我们会选出8队参加明天的决赛。决赛奖金高达新台币100万元。那我们现在先来欢迎我们接下来比赛的评审们。那我们比赛的评审们，让我们欢迎 Sam 李from玉山 Venture。我们请 Sam 李跟镜头打声招呼好吗？请大家给 Sam 一点掌声。Mark Young from Acer. Mark. Tony Yu from Mesh Venture. Tony. 我们跟镜頭掌聲一下，大家掌聲鼓勵一下 Tony。Taka from Global Brand. Taka. Hashiba-san from DNM. Shen Hui Tong from Infocam Investment. Herbert Chen from TEIC Taiwan. 以上7位是我们今天的评审阵容。那由于时间的关系，我们必须要赶快进行我们今天的比赛。那我们就事不宜迟，我们赶快开始。Our first startup for today is Jumpy. Children's our treasure and the future. Jumpy gives a new definition of parenting with their kid smartwatch. 让我们欢迎 Jumpy 的 Jack。Let's give it up for Jack.
Okay. Hello everyone, this is Jumpy Smartwatch This is Jack from Jumpy Smartwatch. And this watch is specific design for kids. Okay, so I just play only robot to show you how we use this watch. And however, this watch is much powerful than I will show you. Okay. So let's see the first picture. You can see the father is working at the office and was thinking about his child and what's going on in his child. This is human instincts to take care about their children. Okay, this second pictures. In America last year, over 800,000 kids are missing. So the safety is very important for every family. And for today, most families have 1 or 2 kids, which means that kids feel lonely and want to play and needs to have companies. So what can we do? So some companies made the first generation of watch device to solve this problem. The first kind of watch is the like toy. It's very simple, so it fulfills the children's demands. However, it's just a toy. And second kind of products, some companies put tracker and locator and phone, so parents can make phone call to their kids. But it's also only fulfill parents' demand. So, and these kind of products in China last year have sold out about 10 million units last year. Okay. But it's not enough, because we want to create a product fulfill children and parents' demand. So if there's a product is multifunctional, it will be very great. So we propose these ideas. It's a center. So so the first center is a communication centers. It can have parents, kids can make phone call and send message to parents and even kids to kids. So it has a communication center. It can be a communication center for kids. Okay. The second is security centers. So we put the GPS inside, so which means parents can know where is the kids and what's going on, the kids, and over past, it has also 7 days tracking history, so parents can know what happens to the kids. And there's also SOS button on the watch, which means if an emergency happens, parents will know. And also safe zone, which means that when kids leave school or leave homes, and the watch will alert kids, alert parents to send the emergency code. And third, this is the social centers, which means that kids can play gesture games, can add friends, can send message to friends. And there's also unlimited stories. So kids can listen story and when he's alone or with friends. Okay? And this can be also a fitness center for kids. And we create a dog called Jumpy. You can say this is Tamagotchi, like Tamagotchi. So kids can play with the dog, and dog will remind kids to do exercise. And also step count, so parents can encourage to do exercise every day. Okay. We also create an app. This app can help parents to understand more about the activities every day his child was doing. And this is the ecosystem of our watch 3.0. And this is a control center, and we can connect to our cloud server. They can also use 3G and Wi-Fi to connect to parents' mobile. And also this watch can control like these robots or other robots and Bluetooth cars. Okay, this is our teams. Our teams have over 10 years experience in smart device and cloud field. And also we have also created the first 3G glasses smartphone. And this is our partner, including Foxconn for manufacturer and University of Education and Ethertech, and also Himalaya FM for the content. Our company was founded since 2 years ago, and this is our second generation products. Our first generation product was launched last year. So this is Jumpy. Thank you.
Okay, then we will have 5 minutes QA time from the judges. Any judges have any question, please? Yeah, go, please. Okay, Sam.
From your presentation, you actually try to fit a lot of function, into the really small watch, right? So right now, actually, what kind of function are working? What kind of actually function are on your roadmap? So.
You mean on the mobile apps?
Yeah. Just like everything, all the social networking, all the stuff are already working, or are you still working on that?
Yes, it's working. Actually, we add an app. We create an app for parents, so parents can know where's the location of kids, and can know and also send a message from the app, and it's working. And actually, we just launched a pre-order campaign in Taiwan. And it's in 1 month, all sold out. Okay.
Any question, please?
What's the uniqueness you have?
What?
Uniqueness, or what is competitive advantage?
Oh, you mean the advantage or differences between in the market? Most tracker, most smartphone. They call smartphone, but it's not really smartphone. It's only phone functions and locator functions. There's no other educational functions like study, like gesture games, control toys, or send message. And this is our advantage, which means that we put more content in the watch because we don't want to make it just a tracker.
How do you go to market?
How do we
Go-to-market strategy.
go to market? Okay, there's two kind of market channels. The first is retailer, normal retailer like bookstore. We have actually on the first generation, we sell products in S-Line bookstore, 成品书店, and also the second is telecom companies, so because we can put SIM card inside, and so which means we can increase the subscription for the telephone company. Okay, this is our two channels.
好，陈总。
Okay. What's your target customer? How to marketing that?
Okay.
How to reach your customer?
Okay. Our target customer is the parents, and parents with 4 years old to 10 years old kids, and so this kind of parents care about the safety of the child, want to communicate with the child, and want to make child have good life and educational. This is our target person.
宪辉，对。
Yeah, just a follow-on from my colleague's question.
Okay.
Have you sold any of these devices to children yet? Because I'm looking at it on your wrist. It looks
Yep.
already pretty big. On a 4-year-old child, it's going to be way
Okay.
outsized.
Okay. Actually, we have when we build these products, we can make it smaller or big. If smaller is too small, it's hard to control because I can slide on the screen. If too small, it's very difficult to control. It's too big, it's difficult to wear. So we want to make it properly. It's okay for kids. It's not too small. It's okay to control.
Have you sold anyone? Have you sold any pieces in the market yet?
Yes, actually this is second generation. It's not launched yet. It's going to on the market next month. But we do a pre-order campaign last month. So we will be on the market next month. And first generation we sold since last June. The first generation. Yeah.
Okay. Tony? Yeah, question? No? All right.
Can you track its usage? Can you track its usage?
Uh,
How frequently are you able to track?
you
its
mean the
usage?
frequency?
Yeah.
The checking frequency.
Actually, children keep using, and are you able to track those activities as well?
Yes, since it's tracking, actually, every few seconds, every few minutes, it will report kids' location to parents. And we also use another technology. We use a G-sensor inside. When kids stay one location, we will not report the data for parents because we want to save energy. But after kids start to move, we will start to send location information to parents.
And eventually, children or parents keep using.
Yes.
Because a lot of hardware startup is facing the problem that once cutting-edge devices, gadget kind of things, people buy, but after that, never people use.
You mean okay? You mean you will get bored about this device because it's not funny? It's not fun after using
Yeah, for
this one?
example, like children
Yeah.
Okay.
don't want to wear such kind of things
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
stop using.
Okay.
Kind of things could be happen.
Okay, I think that's about time for we have for Jumpy. Let's give it up for Jumpy.
Thank you.
Yes, everyone. And have you ever heard about smart home? But how many of you actually have one at home? SmartAll has a solution for all of you. Let's welcome SmartAll.
Hello, I am Wei Qiangxu, CEO of SmartAll. SmartAll will be the Android of IoT. We have already gotten $0.5 million seed fund from angel investor and graduate fund top 1 overseas Silicon Valley accelerator founder space ranked on Forbes. The biggest problem of IoT is integration. For smart home appliance company, we can meet their 3 demands. Integration of IoT protocol. Second, save money, 0.3 to $1 million for building a software team. Third, time to market, save the 6 months to 9 months market development, market software development. Our solution is Smart O IoT platform service. Protocol API, including comprehensive IoT protocol, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Zigbee, Z-Wave, and IR. Smart O Cloud, including account identification, remote control, schedule, push notification, and big data analysis. The final service is building Smart O OS, including Linux kernel, SDK, and key feature application is IoT app. So you can download IoT app on your smart home device, like download app on your smartphone. So it will have millions of applications in your home. So we will be an enjoyer of IoT. Our team member, we have 4 founders. I am Wei Chang, CEO of SmartO, and from ASUS Computer. Wei Da is our CIO for software from Qualcomm. CRO for hardware, Tony, also from ASUS Computer. And Ronnie is for ID design. We have another 3 team members. Our main market is China smart home market. The market scale is 120 billion RMB in 2015, and will grow to 350 billion RMB in 2020. The compound annual growth rate is 23%. How can we beat competitors? Our main competitor is Era Networks. The first difference is we have comprehensive IoT protocols. The second difference, clients can use their private own cloud. How can we get market? We focus on home appliance company. Now we are discussing with one of top 3 home appliance company, Sample in Taiwan, and another one is top 1 telecommunication company, Zhonghua Telecom in Taiwan. There are 3 types of customers. Type A, Type A is they want to use our protocol API. They have their own cloud. We will charge NRE 20K to 50K US dollar. Second is cloud service. We charge the royalty fee 0.5 to 2 US dollar per unit, calculated by shipping quantity for 1 year. Third, OS. If they want our total solution, we can provide protocol API, cloud video recording, service, and OS. The other one, in the future, we can get money from the app profit sharing for develop and smart O, like Android OS. Now, we are raising 2 million US dollar pre-A fund, including server, payroll, and marketing. Our financial, this year, the revenue will be 160K US dollar. Next year will be 1 million US dollar. In 2018, will be 3.5 million US dollar, and get break even. The summary, we can meet home appliance companies' demand. Integration of IoT protocol. Second is save money. Third is save their time. Solution is Smart O IoT platform, including protocol API, cloud service, and OS. Our status, 0.5 capital seed fund. Now our valuation for pre-A series is 10 million US dollar. And now we are raising 2 million US dollar pre-A fund and will release 20% equity. If you are interested in us, please let us know. Thank you.
Any question from the judges? Anyone? Sam?
So it seems you try to build your own ecosystem. You know, what's the plan to promote your ecosystem? Because one of the most difficult thing about building an ecosystem is find enough developer to build application on top of your platform. You know, what's your plan on that?
Building our own platform, we are open platform like Android, so we can discuss and cooperation with different home appliance company. Because they don't have their software team or cloud team, they can use our solution to save the money, save the time for time to market launch.
陈总
Okay, we know you have the customer in Taiwan, the Sample and Zhonghua Telecom.
Yeah.
But your major market will be in China.
Yeah.
So how do you develop your business in China? What's your plan?
Okay, this year we focus on Taiwan market because we want to get 1 to 2 customers for template. Then next year we will go to China to build our own company and for different home appliance company in China like Haier, Xiaomi or Medi.
I'm just kind of wondering, how do you view your company? Do you view your company as a product company, or a technology company, or a service company, or what sort of company do you view yourself?
Okay, our company is IoT service company for platform.
So if your company is a service company, I actually didn't see any plans on the financial side for service.
Oh, okay.
Because your pitch is pretty much about products and technologies, right?
Service including cloud service and API service. Yeah. And API service, not just a protocol, and we can develop some application like connect to US smart home devices like Nest, thermostat, or Wemo, Wink. So we not just base platform, we also have an upfront platform for different products to connect.
宪辉
Yeah, I suppose maybe you have answered my question because I want to know whether yours was a product-centric model or a system integration model. So I think you're more of an SI at the moment. That's where your revenue is coming from. Is that correct?
Not just SI, because we don't build any hardware. We just build the firmware and the software.
Then what are the customers paying for? They're paying for the service for you to build it, right?
They pay the software service. Then we can build their own API or their own product to smart home market.
Tony
So I don't think you're a system integrator. You're more like a provider of software stack, right? And
Yeah.
you're trying to encourage everybody to use your software stack to develop application on top of it, right? But from that perspective, you're just another one embedded operating system. So how do you differentiate yourself from other low-cost operating systems?
For example, the competitors Era Networks, they already get some customer in US and China, but they don't have some protocol integration. They only have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. But we already have 5 protocols, including the traditional IR. So we can differentiate from different competitors because we have comprehensive IoT protocols now.
Okay, that's about time for Smart All. Thank you, Smart
Thank you.
All. Let's give it up. Our next up is Skywatch. They are a software platform company in the IoT field. I heard they have a strong tech. And they are currently the only one of 2 companies certified to deliver video surveillance service to the Taiwanese government. But don't hear it from me though. Let's welcome Dr. Wei Chao Chen to come on the stage and describe it more. Everyone.
Hello, thank you. Can you roll back to the first slide? This is actually the last one. Thank you. Okay, guys, thanks for coming. While we wait for this to reset, I am Wei Chao Chen. I'm a co-founder and the tech guy at the company. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, so Skywatch is a home automation, intelligent home automation solution provider. We have a host of hardware, including cameras and sensors that's integrated into a cloud IoT platform that we built. And we like to say that with Skywatch, your house has become your home and your places become your friend. Here are a list of our current customers. We're showing them to represent the spectrum of people we serve. They come from either a single store or multiple stores like the ones on the right where they have hundreds of stores to manage. And while talking to these customers, we discovered their basic needs. And one of the needs stand out, which is security. Most businesses want a safe environment to operate their company in. And this is why most of these companies will subscribe to a professional security service. And one of the reasons of this process is that it's usually too difficult or too expensive for them to build their own system because of the technology and the hardware and all the costs involved. But traditional security systems aren't exactly cheap to build. One of the primary reasons is that you will have to host a security center with 24/7 staff to filter out all the false alarms. So security systems aren't very intelligent, and obviously there needs to be a bit more intelligence in these services. But how much AI is needed? And we like to say that for modern security system, we like to draw the line so that machine makes the intelligent observations to enable humans to make informed decisions. And we like to say that Skywatch has a solution for this. And there are a bunch of these buzzwords down there, and don't take my words for it. Let me walk you through a few of the things that we did. So first of all, we connected all these devices with an IoT platform that we built. And this enables all these devices to be easily connected and configured. And as a result, because they are all connected, you can easily access all your places in one single app. And these video streams and data will be recorded on the cloud safely and securely. Now, another advantage of having these devices connected on the cloud is that your devices become smarter without any additional hardware investment. So in this case, we have a smart fast forward technology where we skip forward the less important bits and leave the important bits and slow them down when you see them. This is another example that we did for a few of our customers where they can track the people in their store and the genders of the people who visited their store. We have also experimented with deep learning neural networks. It's actually a recurrent neural network that allows us to recognize the objects and the scene in the video. And this allows us to add captions or tags in the video for people to search and browse and whatnot. Now, in terms of home automation, we have found that a simple if-then clause is usually not sufficient enough for most application scenarios. But a lot of our customers actually cannot take a more complicated rule beyond this. So we developed this feature called Smart Sensing, which is turning these clauses, keeping these clauses, but making these rules a bit more complicated. And this allows the machine to actually make sensible decisions like I mentioned earlier, and then human can make their intelligent decisions. And this reduces the anxiety level of our customers greatly. So obviously this is a product that requires hardware deployment. So we have worked with a few distributors, and we have actually distributed some hardware ourselves. And I like to mention that there are a lot of players in this marketplace. There are all these people delivering hardware. So I like to bring you to the second point of our business model, which is we have about tens of thousands of devices that we have already deployed. These have a probability of 20 to 30% to come back and subscribe to our monthly video surveillance services. Now, a more interesting opportunity is that we have been working with telcos and security companies to enable us to reach to more devices. And in this space, we're estimating around 80% conversion rate. So about 80% of these customers will come back and pay for a service. Now, we have recently actually reached to some hardware and P2V hardware vendors, and this becomes a bit more interesting because there's actually 10 million devices out there, and an estimated 10% of these devices, when they're connected to the service, will provide actually a very interesting business use case. Now, these are the actual customers we have. Aside from the distributors, we have our telco companies, and we're actually one of the only 2 companies that are certified to provide a cloud surveillance service in Taiwan to the Taiwanese government. And we have worked with world-class hardware and software platform customers to deliver these services. Okay? And this is our team. We're a passionate and experienced team who can deliver and market these products to our customers. I'm personally I'm actually an adjunct professor at the National Taiwan University, and I've made quite a few GPUs and mobile products that you're probably actually using today. My business partner, JP Yang, had worked with about 60 countries in the world. They have delivered about all these products to all these places in the world.
Okay, so let's stop right here.
Okay.
How about any question from the judges?
Thank you.
Any question from Sam?
Just have a quick question. So I need to buy the camera from you, right? I cannot just randomly buy any camera, on the market.
Well, this was as of last year, but as of this year, we're actually working with hardware vendors who do not have the capability to build this cloud stack, right? And this is sort of a professional separation of tasks, right? We have very good hardware maker in Taiwan, and we sort of lack a good stack to make all these connectivity of these devices, and this is where we serve. Yeah.
Sam?
So what are the business model with that? Is it a licensing model or,
yeah.
or what?
Okay. Do I have the slide to use now? Okay. So basically, we charge the vendors, hardware vendors, or P2B vendors for a certain fee, and then they go charge their customers. So it's a bit more like B2B2C, but usually the payment may go through to us directly. Yeah.
How to go to global market?
Okay. So the last few slides, I'm not sure if you recall, we have partners in hardware and in the software stack of these hardware. So, for example, home gateways and cameras, there needs to be a software layer to enable it to connect easily. So this is our quickest go-to-market strategy. We don't have to go to individual markets. There are already people who are buying hardware, and they're already using this software, but the software is insufficient. And that's why these people are working with us to make it more intelligent and make it more wholesome in a way. Yeah.
Tony.
Yep.
I assume that your hardware is going to be a lot cheaper than today's NVR-centric systems. Is that correct?
Well, yes and no. So if you look at the customers that adopted our solution, they tend to have a few cameras in one site, right? One of the reasons is that the bandwidth is actually a requirement for our service, and there's cloud storage. So if you have an NVR that can record maybe 60 streams on site, then it really doesn't make sense to convert all of them to cloud. But there's actually a crossover point. And I think the crossover point, as of like last year, we can beat people with 4 cameras on site. And this year is more like 8. And I think by next year, because of the drop of storage and the increase of the bandwidth, there's actually a pretty healthy crossover point. And eventually, we're going to be cheaper than buying the shells of the NVR, basically. And we can add more features to it. Yeah.
Right, but my understanding is that you will require system integrators' help to bring your product to the market. But system integrators typically prefer selling expensive products because that's where their profits are.
True.
So if you remove NVR from the entire system, do you think the distributor will be happy to introduce your product, which is probably cheaper?
Yeah, they won't be happy at all. And that's the cool thing, because a lot of them are shrinking, right? You have project space, and these people can charge a lot of money. But for smaller and medium-sized businesses, they're always looking for better and cheaper and more stable solution. And especially for a distributed environment, there's no other good solution other than a cloud solution. So I think a lot of these SI originally had all these traditional ideas, but they're coming back to us now because the tide is changing. And if they don't ride with the tide, they're just going to be washed away. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Skywatch. Thanks. In the past, it takes a lot of time for us to charge wirelessly. But right now, smart power technology has doubled the speed of charging your smartphone. Let's see how the magic is done by smart power technology. Let's give it up for smart power.
Several years ago, a lot of mobile phone devices can start to charge by quick charge. It can charge your mobile phone within 1 minute to get 1% to 2%. Although it's so convenient, why we cannot find it everywhere to support you to charge when you have no battery? We found out the answer. Because, think about this, when we walking into one of the coffee shop, there are always limited place for you to charge your device. Because when you're charging the device, actually the owner of the bookstore or the coffee shop, they paid it for you. So in the future, if you can using the 15-watt wireless charging, everything will be changed. Because the user, when they walk in, they order a cup of coffee. When they drink it, maybe several minutes will be free to charge. Even we already integrate the receiver into the cup. When you drink a cup of coffee, this cup can keep you always warm with the same transmitter. This is the furniture application right now. So it can control by software. Software can control, so the limitation can be controlled by owner. It can deliver sometimes. After that, maybe you need to do something to charge. For example, this is the prototype we cooperate with one of the operator, Far Eastern. You maybe read a video, so they pay, the commercial video owner pay you the charging fee for the store. So there will be a lot of time, and a lot of devices start to including the wireless charging. Samsung, from several years ago, they already tried to integrate, so there are no 5, X6, X7H, S7, S7H. That means there were already 1,000 million devices around the world for several years. But in the past, always is 10 watt or 5 watts. In the future, if there is a lot of device can support in environment, when you're traveling, you don't need to bring the cables. There will be no AC 110 or 220, Taiwan connector, China connector, or even European connector, American connector. All the things can be universal, supported by one of the organizations called WPC. So we are working on that to support this kind of application. Another benefit for the wireless charging is waterproof. So you can see Apple Watch is starting using wireless charging right now. So there will be a lot of like IoT device. When you think about waterproof, it's easier for you to just seal it. You don't need an external connector. Because for the device you're using the rubber right now, it's not reliable. So we think about this and start to make the device. We build all of the device from 15 watts to reach this size. This is the 15-watt receiver. So we start to design the software, firmware, hardware, and everything, even we think about how to make it high efficiency. So it can build it into the receiver and to the device. Okay. This is our demonstration. We're already working with some company making the device to support wireless charging through the device. After that, we also think about how to manufacture in the factory. So we also build all of the test tools by ourselves to make sure when you receive the device, it works well and no problem. So this is also our transmitter module. We are the module company. We deliver all kinds of modules to customers. They can build in any kind of device. For example, this is the car holder. People has experience, all of us, when we drive cars, when we will charge inside the car, it's almost run out of the battery. So this back cover, in the future, building the wireless charging, attach it inside the car, it can use it. So again, we build all of the database and even software to make sure each device is working well. We also have the database. Our module have a QR code. So when the customer receives it, they can check from our website to make sure when it produced and some of the parameters. We also help to pass EMI and also thermal issue. So the user can just make the case and start to make the product. It's our honor to introduce. WPC is one of the organizations in world right now. They will have a meeting in the middle of June in Taiwan. It's held by HTC. We are the first one in the world to support this kind of product. So you can see more and more application, even their furniture and other environment, everything you can experience there. So in the future, actually they already have 34 cars like a BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, Lexus. They already built a transmitter inside their car. After we build a transmitter for the environment, for like coffee shop, like McDonald's, so when you walk in, you can charge there. Later on, there are already some customers, they build a monitor with the transmitter. So there will be more and more devices to build in this kind of application in the future. Yeah. So thank you.
Questions? Taka-san.
What do you think the biggest hurdle to create this world? A lot of MNCs or consortiums has been trying to create wireless world, right? But still not there. Infrastructure is not ready, or people's behavior is not changing yet.
Yeah.
What do you think? What is the biggest hurdle?
Actually, there is a team called A+. Right now, it's founded by Taiwan. They try to establish all of the environment transmitter inside lots of places. For example, the Family Mart, or even like some place. So it's founded by government. It started recently. There's 18-month project. So they were building the 15 watts because we know the key for the wireless charging actually is the time. In the past, a lot of devices can just support 5 watts. So when you charge it, maybe it takes so long time. But after you're using 15 watts, after 10 minutes, you will get 10 to 15 power capacity. So it's enough for you to use several hours. So that kind of shop will support that kind of feature because they want you to charge and leave waiting for another customers. So we find out the speed is the most important things to do that.
How about cost-wise?
But
cost-wise?
Cost-wise?
Device cost.
Oh, we are calculating because we just passed the EMI. So we are calculating and then start to ship out from the end of this month. Yeah.
Tony.
Hello. You are the world's first one to launch the 15 watts wireless charger. Do you foresee yourself to be the only one? If yes, what's your secret sauce? If not, how far is it from your second competitor from you?
Okay. We designed this entirely by ourselves. Not only the software, not only the chip. Even this chip cannot be bought from others. So we also have our own patent in Taiwan, China, and US. We already get it. So we make all the devices by ourselves. There will be half-year or 1 year lead because we try to also integrate the receiver. We also write the code by ourselves. So it means when other people want to catch it, you need to think about a lot of things. For 5 watts, there is possible in the past, when they make not that good, probably 4 watts, 3 watts, 2 watts. In quick charge, there will be only 15 watts or 5 watts. There will be no 14 watts, 13 watts. So you need to consider about a lot of things, then can make it. Yeah.
Okay. Who is your really customer? I mean, if you are hardware company, why you mention a lot of the application situation? If you are a service company, how can you reach to develop your business?
Okay. Actually, we are a module company. We sell this module to all of the customers. we can base on their case to design, to fit in their design. So we make all of the software firmware and test, and we ship out to them to make sure this is no problem for the function. Yes?
I just got a question. So pretty much all the wireless power, all the wireless charging devices or adapters in the market, they're actually quite bulky, right? And given the scenario that probably most people have more than one device to charge, right? Do you think wireless power charging can solve that or improve that kind of scenario?
Yeah. Again, we feel the time is important. Everyone at home, when we go home, actually we plug the cable, then we sleep all night until tomorrow it charged to full. In the future, if the device can charge within 30 minutes to get 70% of power, when you brush your teeth, you wash your face, then you charge it, there will be enough time. And in the future, inside the car, or when you work in the office, there will be a lot of place for you to charge. So in the future, there will be a lot of receiver in the environment. You can easily to put maybe inside the car, or you work in the office, and maybe you drink a cup of coffee. There will be also supply the transmitter for you. So in that kind of environment, people don't want to bring the cable outside. That's why Samsung started to build all of the receiver from several years ago. They built also the first one, adapt a monitor to build in the transmitter. They make the first one. So they try to use the wireless power to compare with other Android systems. So we feel that kind of application will become an ecosystem. So there will be more and more devices to support that kind. And also for waterproof function, for Apple Watch, that kind of application, you need to use wireless power.
Okay, that's smart power. Thank you, smart power. We make our food. We are proud making them. How about making our own cider? Our next startup provides a solution to your daily essence of joy. Let's welcome Enhart.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pauline, the Vice President of Elkma. Our product is a smart home brewing device that can empower you easily make your own craft cider at home. Some may ask, is there a lot of people interested in homebrew? We have cooperated with Launch Podium to run a survey. We have 100 American interviewees who have over $50,000 annual income. We found that nearly a quarter of them have tried to homebrew. However, they just gave up. Why? Their lack of experience may lead to contamination, wrong fermentation time, or even just a big mess. In short, the traditional way of homebrew is hard for beginners. And we can see there's a big trend of craft beer and many smart beer brewing devices that came to market to help people brew beer at home. On the other hand, we can also find that cider become more and more popular. And this kind of new alcohol drinking is not as complicated as wine and also not as bitter as beer. And in the past 4 years, as you can see, the sales of craft cider in US is almost 5 times more. However, there's not such kind of smart device that can help us to create our own craft cider at home. So this is our value proposition. We have one device that can sterilize your container, and we have monitors that can, we have sensors that can monitor all the parameters during the brewing process. We have a platform which will be an app. Inside it, there's a clearly step-by-step tutorial that everyone can easily follow. And all together, we can build up a community so everyone can easily connect to the homebrewers all over the world. So we believe with Elkma, everyone will have the ability to create their own favorite flavor of craft cider at home, just as easy as what you see. And all you need to do is like this. It's basically set and forget. You follow the recipe in our app and put the ingredients you need into the container. Then pitch the yeast you choose, then it's all done. 1 or 2 weeks later, you can start to enjoy your own creation. And inside our apps, there's a miscellaneous kinds of side recipes. You can browse and choose which one you like to make. Then you follow the step-by-step instruction. You put how many ingredients you need into it. Then during the fermentation process, you can check the brewing status by the app. You can know the information such like how many days left. So when it's finished, it will also notify you. Finally, with one click, you can tell your friends, now you know how to make cider. And according to the survey we have cooperated with Launch Podium, we found that our target customers have this kind of profile. They are millennials, they are generational X, and they have $50,000 to $100,000 annual income. They live in West Coast and also in East North Central states. They are social, they enjoy drinking, and close to no breed experience, so our device can ease their pain. And this is our business model. We have 2 stages. We will start from selling our hardware, which will be our device, and then while we keep selling our device, we will start to change from a hardware company to a platform. Then we can start to provide more service and provide some homebrew products to our users. So we can start to charging some sales commissions. And also we will provide native advertising to related companies. So altogether we can build our own recurring income. Finally, this is our go-to-market strategy. We have 4 stages. This July, we will launch our Kickstarter campaign, and we are very confident that we can finish all the fulfillment by next May. Second, we will sell our device on our own website and also on Amazon. Then we will start to cooperate with one specialty stores, which our target customers will likely to visit, such like Brookstone, Williams-Sonoma, or Silateva. At last, we will start to speak to some big box retailers, such like Target and Best Buy, to scale up our sales. And recently, we are also in Best Buy Hex, which is the largest hardware accelerator on the world. And with their resource, their connections, and their helps, they will help us to hit the retail store in US. Thanks for listening and welcome. Feel free to contact us.
Question from the judges.
Yeah, so just to clarify, you own that product. You own the IP for the product. You make it yourself, right?
Yeah, we have the IP of product. We also apply the IP in Taiwan, US, and in China.
Yeah, because when you put there, you're getting revenue from sales commission. I was confused. You're basically talking about profit from sales profit.
You mean how much is the sales profit?
Oh no, when you have a slide on where you mentioned sales commission.
Yeah, sales commission, yeah.
Sales commission is usually given when you are selling someone else's product.
Yeah. Because we will have our own app, and people can start to share their recipes and their experience on it. And so we think we can have to cooperate with some other related companies, such like maybe the companies they sell fruits, or they sell some cups. So we can sell their products, so charging some commissions.
I just got a question right here. I just got a question. Because brewing in different regions or different countries are quite different, right? So brewing in Taiwan may be a totally different brewing than in China, than in States. Because, so for example, in States, they actually have a total different kind of fruit than Taiwan, right? So when you go to a new region or a new market, how do you make sure that your recipe actually can be welcome in that region? How does that happen?
Okay, first we will start we first target market is in US. And so we also bring our a POC to the US now and to get a lot of user feedback. And we also have one member who has the master degree of fermentation in England. So he will respond to develop different kinds of recipes, and we also.
Okay, we also do a lot of observation and investment in different kind of market, especially in US. Actually, in US, it's the brewing process is and the concept of brewing or wine. The West is different from East. So, for example, last year we spent 3 months for staying in Bay Area, and it's in California, and this is a wine country. So when we take our working sample to California, we found that we can only promote cider rather than wine, because apply our product, because it's really difficult to buy the brewing variety grapes. So if you use the grapes from supermarkets, the wine is not taste like the wine product in the wine house or winery. So we choose cider as our first target. Yes.
Tony.
How did you come up with the specification of having 3 liters in your device? Has it ever occurred to you that people are making too little for a party, and then they give up? Why is it 3 liters compared to your competitors who have 5 liters or more?
Okay, we have went to US and we found that usually most of the traditional homebrewed kits, they are about 5 liters. But we found that when we talked to them and we have doing some survey, we found that they found that it's too much if they just want to enjoy by themselves. And also, if someone like to sell to others, it's okay. But if they just want to enjoy by themselves or their friends, there's a little bit too much for them. And also, smaller can more easily to sterilize it, because we are use the UV LED to sterilize our container. And if the container is too big, the sterilized process will hurt and may increase the contamination possibility.
Okay, that's all for Alkmaar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Give it up for Alkmaar. Our next contestant is Connectera. They are not only an ambitious startup, they are also the most interesting startup according to Web Summit, and they are solving the world problem in a sustainable way. Let's give it up for Connectera.
Thank you very much. So, by 2050, we're going to have 9 billion people in this world. And in order to feed this 9 billion people, we're going to need to increase food production by 60%. So at Connectera, we want to solve this problem sustainably. And the first problem we're going to attack is the dairy. So dairy is milk is a very key source of nutrients and proteins for the developed and underdeveloped world. But how do you get more milk? Well, more cows is not the answer. That's not sustainable. So what you need is more milk from fewer cows. So how do we get that? Well, the key driver for this is that we need to increase or make the cows healthier. And in order to do it, the health of the cow is the difference between 10 liters of milk per cow or 30 liters of milk per cow per day. In order to do this, we need to, the farmers say that they need to spend more time with their cows, and they need to watch them more. They need to increase labor input. So what we need to do is decrease labor input and watch them 24/7, and that's where we come in. Come back to that later. Then we need better farm education. Not every farmer around the world knows as much as the others, and they might not know how to increase the health of their herd. So what we developed is what we call the Fitbit for cows. You got it right here. It's it's a sensor with a 3D accelerometer in it, and it sits around the neck of the cow. With that, through deep learning algorithms, we can detect if the cow is walking, if it's eating, ruminating, etc. So we then process all this activity data in the cloud and we generate insights. And these insights can be like, is my cow eating well? Is it having a healthy activity pattern? So farmers can answer questions like, why am I only producing 15 liters of milk per cow and my neighbor is doing 35? What should I change in order to increase my productivity? So it's not working. Oh, wrong button. That's right. Okay, so farmers tell us they don't want more data. They want insights. So we designed. They want to know what happened, why it happened, and what they can do about it. So we designed an intuitive interface that is anything else than the farming industry has ever seen before. We came a long way. This is actually a not up-to-date slide. We spent $0 marketing dollars, and we already have over 10,000 instead of 1,000 cows in our trial pipeline with committed customers worldwide. Then we have committed trials with an international dairy product brand that has 177,000 farms under their management, and with a 94% gross margin expected in year 3, it's a healthy business. So the market opportunity is huge. There's 1.5 billion cows in the world. 270 million of that is in the EU and US alone. With one of the feature alone, a farmer can already save up to $250 per cow per year, and we have a lot more other features that can increase that even more. Only 20% of farmers currently use any technology at all to monitor the health of their herd. So there's a huge white space that's an opportunity for us. So what are we doing different? Let's talk about a competition. We're kind of the Tesla versus the Lada. We're the Tesla, they're the Lada. They sell you hardware. They have a huge upfront cost. We have a try-buy, pay-as-you-go model. You pay for what you use. Then they sell you hardware, we sell you insights. And actually, we can use any kind of hardware because our power is in the cloud. It's actually processing this data, understanding this data, and understanding the health of the cows through that. And we can update these features. We can roll out new features every couple of months. Our competitors, you kind of stuck with the same features for 5 to 10 years until you repurchase the product again. We have a great team. We have credentials from Microsoft, Stanford. We have a PhD in Bayesian reasoning and machine learning, previous startup experience, and we have industry experts in the team as well. We're not doing this alone. We're working with partners, with leading dairy research institutes that are helping us out developing this product. Thank you very much for your time, and let's help us feed the world by 2050.
Judges.
The reason why you don't use other sensors is because to reduce hardware cost.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The reason why you don't use the other sensors like temperature or etc. is because.
So with this sensor, we can it's a movement sensor, and we can already see the behavior from that. Temperature could be another sensor we could add. However, currently, right now, with just the movement data, we can already see the health of the cow. We can learn the behavior, and our system is actually self-learning. It adjusts per cow. So currently we get enough from it. We can add sensors later. That's a good point.
Tony.
So this sensor is going to be applied to those cows who are free-range. Is that correct? Or are they raised in a...
They're dairy cows. They could be free-range. They could be tie stall, or they never go outside. Yes.
Okay, so for those cows that go outside every day,
yes,
like those farms in New Zealand, for instance, how do you expect the farmer to replace the battery, for instance, inside the sensor if the cows are everywhere?
Mm-hmm. Well, so for dairy cows, it's actually interesting because they're different from beef cattle. Beef cattle, they go out for days and they don't really come back very often. Dairy cattle, they have to come back at least twice a day. to get milked. So there's always a moment of interaction with the animal. So that's, but it's a good point.
What kind of sensor do you have collect information, and what's a benefit that your customer can get the benefit from your
What are the
service?
What are the benefits of this
for
product?
your customer.
All right,
Yeah.
so this, you want to explain this?
Sure. The benefit of a wireless sensor, right, that constantly transmits. So if you look at dairy cows, there are certain diseases that can actually occur at a random point in time, and then it can make the cow very sick within hours. So instead of what competition does, which is measure everything from the sensor when she gets milked, which is only twice a day, we can actually detect these moments of very severe illness at every point in time, which means that we don't miss these cases, and we can make sure that the cow survives these cases.
So what kind of performance are you increasing for your customer? Since you have the field trial for 1,000 cows in 3 areas in this worldwide, so should be you have the performance index. What's your improvement for your customer, for your user, for this application?
So is your question where we are improving before we go commercial? Okay, so currently what we do is we work together with universities and veterinarians to make sure that we can detect the diseases at the right time, and we can be very precise with our disease detection. We don't want to have any false positives. We want to have a very good system in a sense that the customer really trusts our outcome. So this is everything that we want to work on. So we want to really pinpoint these problems, and then once we feel confident, then we go commercial.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Can you apply the data from one herd of cows, say like 1,000 initial cows, to another 1,000 in different region?
Actually, yeah, we can. So what we are interested in as well is we're not just interested in one farm, but we want to learn about what are good farming practices and what is actually a high cow health and how is it related to yield and everything. So what we're very interesting as well, understanding the effects of climate, for example, or the effects of airflow in barns. So to do this, we want to compare herds over different locations, over different times. So yeah, that's something that we're really interested in as well.
So basically you're saying that, for example, the data from New Zealand can be applied to Australia, for example?
Right, exactly, yeah.
Do you actually have any marketing data on the consumption of meal? Because I think from my experience, it seems the meal consumption in the whole world actually going down. So why you actually want to focus on, on producing meals,
It's really hard to hear. Sorry, it's really hard to hear up here, the question.
Yeah, do you have any marketing data on the worldwide consumption on meal? I think my experience actually that is going down. So, we actually don't need to produce more meal in the future. So, but people are drinking less milk,
All right. So you're saying there's already too much milk. Well, we need more. We need farms to be more productive, and especially with the milk prices that are so low. Farmers need to be very efficient, and they need to get more milk from fewer cows. So the feed input and the work they have per animal should be as low as possible, and the milk yield per cow needs to be as high as possible. So with this system, because the farmer can increase the health and see the benefits of certain types of food or food mixtures, and catch, for instance, illnesses earlier, in an earlier stage, and prevent it from spreading to different animals. With all those benefits, you can make the farm more efficient, and therefore, save a lot of money that would otherwise be spent. And with the low milk price, that's really tough.
Okay, that's Connectera. Everyone give it up for Connectera.